What is split testing, and why do we even call it A/B testing? Hey guys, how are you? This is Harrison from harrisonbaron.com, and in this video we are going to be covering why you might want to A/B test, how it could massively impact your business for the better, and ultimately a program that you can use at the end that will make your life a million times easier. Now, this video is specifically for people that don't have the ability to organically A/B test. So what programs are those? There are millions out there. One of them that specifically comes to mind is a personal favorite called Kajabi. They just don't allow it organically, and not having that data could drastically increase the success of or decline of your business. So what is A/B testing? A/B testing is you have version A and then version B. Just like in high school science class, you would have your science project, and then you would have your control and then your testing. So you'd control for, I don't know, maybe the color of a button, and you would test different variations of the color of the button. Now, if you get tons of people to all of those pages, you can then start to see, hey, maybe my audience prefers a yellow or an orange button as opposed to a blue button. So A/B testing is literally just taking a version A and then making a small modification to it to make a version B. Some people make massive modifications, other people choose to make smaller modifications and keep improving over time. But that's really it. That is exactly what an A/B test is. A lot of popular programs, HubSpot, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, all offer native A/B testing. However, there are websites out there or programs that just don't allow it. One of another personal favorite is Wix or Webflow. You can't A/B test organically in there, and that's quite all right. This is the solution. This is the workaround for it. So before we actually dive into it, I'm going to share with you guys the thought process and logically how this works. It's imperative to know that. That way, when you go and make an A/B test down the road, you can actually use it effectively. So let me share my screen here, and I have my handy dandy drawing pad. And essentially what you want to do is you want to get a visitor to come to your website, right? And you want them to see something, but you don't always know what you want them to see, or you want to put the best version in front of them. The way you find the best version is actually doing a series of A/B tests. So you might have a basic landing page or a website or an email, and you're going to have in this case, we're just going to use a landing page. But maybe this landing page only converts at 5%. And you know it could be better. I know it could be better. You really want to strive for like a 10 to 20% conversion rate. So how do you actually figure that out? Well, this is where A/B testing comes in. You can then A/B test this landing page. So you keep your version A, right? You have your landing page here, and then you make a B version, which might just have one slight variation of it. So in this case, we're just going to, and that's an arrow, we're going to just do a quick different color, right? Because it could be something as simple as a different color button that is going to make the difference between version A and version B. And ultimately what we want to do is we want to drive traffic to both of these, and the data that we're going to get out of it is going to show us that maybe landing page A started off at 5% and landing page B was up to 8%. Then you have a massive increase between the two. Or maybe it's even better, let's just say it's 10%. Maybe it's a full 100% increase from your original number. Or the downside is you make a version that's worse, but you're getting good data back. So as I'm drawing off the screen here, you'll actually be able to start to see and say, okay, great. Well, my version A actually performed better at 5% than my version B. So now I know I need to make a better version B. So you can always scrap this and remake it and retest with your original 5% and strive for getting maybe 15%. This is the ultimate way to A/B test, and you're fighting that data, fighting those analytics to get the best possible result. It could be with your open rates on your emails. You could be testing subject lines. You could be testing landing pages and offers. There's a variety of different ways to leverage this data, but ultimately your goal is to get the best possible conversion rate. In this case, I'm just using the 5%. Maybe your goal is 25%. It's definitely possible when you really dial it in and you keep testing over and over and over again. Now, I've preached organic traffic, but this is a great case for ads. You might not know what landing page is going to be the best one. And if you only have one variation of it, you don't know if it could actually be better. So by putting another one against it and seeing which one does better will give you really good data. And maybe your new version performs double what it is. Now you just drastically increased the success of that landing page. So we're going to be jumping back into my computer here. I've already built out a test scenario for you guys. Now, I don't particularly use this program all that much because I can do it natively, but I know that there's a lot of people struggling out there, and this is really, really good. Now, it is useful for me if I want to share maybe a blog to how to start a podcast or how to build a website, or maybe it's a link to my 2 A/B testing videos and I see which one performs better. Ultimately, the best way to test, though, is to figure out, hey, which one has the best result? So in this case, a very easy result to measure is how many conversions you're actually going to have. So let me pull up my computer here. Give me one moment. And I've pulled up a website traffic revenue calculator. Now, I'm going to be making a full video on this, which is really cool. It's a free tool that you can use to see how much traffic you're actually getting on your website. Now, this program is called Swipe Pages. I just want to show you guys what an A/B test will actually look like. So this is my variant A as I'm slowly building it, and I just remade this. And it's going to pull up my variant A, and you'll be able to see exactly the differences between variant A and variant B. So this one, it's definitely a little more punchy. You have this giant calculator here, how it works, right? It shows you how much money you're going to make at the end of all of the data. Stop guessing, right? Get the calculator, and that's really it. And then you also have variant B, in this case I've named it C, which is a little bit more reserved. It's just very quick, hey, get access to my free website traffic revenue calculator. And this data is actually going to come back in a form that I can then digest and make good business decisions and say, hey, form B is actually performing really, really well. And this is the data that I'm looking for. Now, in programs like Kajabi, you're going to have to pull up those pages side by side to see them. But at this rate, I just launched it the other day. I've already had 18 visits, 17 totally unique visits, and 3 conversions. So I can see that version A so far, and it's not that much data, so I can't make a full decision, has converted at 18.18%, and version C, or in this case version B, I just named it different, is converting at 16.67%. And at the end of this, it's going to tell me how much, or what the conversion rates are to make the best business decisions. And then I can create a version C and leave version C and keep testing different variations afterwards. So for the sake of this experiment, I fired up 2 totally free landing pages inside of HubSpot here. You'll be able to see I've just named them landing page 2 and landing page 1. I've just grabbed quick little templates on here so you can actually see what I'm doing. These are not landing pages I currently use. Once again, I use a company called Swipe Pages for my landing pages. However, this is exactly what you would do. I wanted to give you a real world scenario of what you could do. So I made sure that they are drastically different, right? One has my company logo, the other one has a random company out there that doesn't really make any sense. But you'll see it's a blue layout. This one has a black and red layout, a little more punchy. I want to see what the results are out of the 2 of those. So what do I actually do, right? They're off of my main domain of growth-generators, but I'm going to use a program called Switchy, switchy.io. I will leave a link down below. Click it, grab it. It's all yours. But how do I actually do this, right? This is going to be my link that it's going to give me, and the title is landing page 1. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to create a totally new landing page. And I use this quite a bit for my clients. I had to clear a lot of this out and create up a new profile so you guys didn't see all my clients in here. But this is where you would put your link. So in this case, I just want to test landing page 1 versus landing page 2. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous, but it is literally that simple. Now, you could add a ton of other information in here. For the sake of this, we're keeping it super simple. You can add a custom image. You can name it landing page 1, right? In this case, I'm just going to do landing page testing. But really where you want to go to is 2 different areas. You want to go to switchy.io, and you also want to check out, there's an advanced section, which I'm slowly pulling up on my screen here. So you can click on your advanced options. This is all additional data. Totally up to you if you choose to use it. But really what we're looking for is this right here. router A/B testing. This is going to give you the information that we need. So we've already put in landing page 1, and then once again, I made them super simple so we can keep track of them. And I want to add a second destination. So I'm going to add landing page 2, because that's the other landing page that I'd like to convert it on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change it to 50%. It's going to cap you out at 100%. You can't have more than 100% of visitors, but you can add several destinations if you wanted to test maybe 3 variations. If you're getting tons and tons of traffic to a landing page, try 3 or 4 different variations. It's going to be tremendous for you. Also, if you want to make sure that the link expires, you can do that. And then you're going to click on Get My New Link. Now, this program is going to compile a bunch of data. You can make this your own, by the way. I've already started that process. And you can copy this. Now, how do I actually know it works? Let's actually test this. So I'm going to click on here. So I have a brand new window here. I'm going to take that link and I'm going to just plop it in here. And it's going to then give me the data that I'm actually looking for. So I'm just going to open up a couple different tabs and let these load in. And this is rerouting all of my landing pages. Now, its goal is to hit a 50-50 split. So is it going to be 50-50 every single time? No. As it begins to see where the data skews, it'll then make up for those areas. So you can see right on top that it's saying page 1, page 1, page 1. There's page 2, right? It has to take a moment to see where it should route based on how many people have been there. But it's going back and forth and it's making sure that you can see your conversions there. Then once you go and do all of that, you can go through and you can actually see the data that it's going to give you. So in here, you can see show stats, and it's going to give you guys the actual information of what is happening. So this is the link. Once again, you can have your own branded link. You can see how many times it's been clicked, how many users. Yes, I opened it more times. You have how many refers, how many different devices, and what countries it's coming from. This is literally going to give you the data that you're looking for. You can see how it's split up, where it's going. Now, how would you actually see what's converting better? You're going to have to go in, just like you could see in my swipe pages here. You're going to have to cross compare against your variant A versus your variant C, or in this case B. And that's it. That is the whole process to A/B testing. So this is how to do it. If your program does not allow for an A/B test, this is going to show you exactly what you need to do. It's going to give you the best data possible, and you can get a little creative. If you say, hey, I have a free little gift for somebody, maybe you're a guest on a podcast, right? Give them out your like free I don't know, in this case, harrisonbaron.com link and see what happens. You'd never know where people want to go or what they're interested in. So test it, play with it. It's a great program. Once again, the link is down below, but this will solve all of your A/B testing problems. There is more features to this program. This is purely scratching the surface. This is not a push, although I am an affiliate for this program. This is not a push for the program. It's a push for finding a solution, and I've finally found one. I've spent far too much time working on this, and I think that this information is extremely valuable for the right person. If you have a program that you can't A/B test, this is going to be your solution. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. I hope I've earned a like button at this point. And by the way, if you have questions, leave them down below. I love answering them. That's part of how I got this. I had a question about how to actually A/B test if you can't A/B test. So I'll see you guys later. Love you.